best to cover the back of her head with one hand, her spine with the other. The spine you grew inside of you, taking your folic acid like a kind of communion all those months, so it would form true and straight. In the light streaming through the hospital windows, you make out the fine coating of down along the baby's small body, even along the ridges of her earlobes. That downy hair in the bright light is a miracle. This is not a word you've had occasion to use before, and one that feels weighty and overwrought in your mind, but today it feels right. You hold her tight, her skin against yours, and think, oh, 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 oh. Downy white hair on the ridges of her earlobes. It had been so dark before. How could you have known? Part 1. Callie, September 2023. Callie's uniform chafes, even after 6 weeks of filling in on patrol. She can't stop scratching at the place where her collar hits the back of her neck. She thinks of the suits she amassed while she was working her way up as a narcotics detective in North Jersey. Dark fabrics and crisp lines, garments that helped her feel neat and orderly and in control in the face of whatever came her way on any given week. Seizing tens of thousands of dollars of Mexican heroin from a warehouse outside of Newark. Prepping an undercover unit for a buy and bust on a big mafia-run cocaine operation. Now, in her patrol car, parked along a sandy stretch of shoulder on Route 206 in the Jersey Pine Barrens, rashes blooming at her wrist and collar, she longs for those suits. The cool, silky linings of the jackets and the way they slipped along her skin. Frank told her it was a good idea to wear her uniform every day, a gesture to show the guys she considered herself one of them. And she's needed on patrol. The Pine Lake Squad is down an officer now that Sergeant Jimmy Nichols resigned when Callie was named Chief of Police. According to Jimmy, the job should have been his. Callie had been out of the area too long, only got the job because she's in with Frank Caputo, her best friend's father-in-law who served as chief until he retired in 2011. On her bad days, she's not sure Jimmy is wrong. But until she hires a new guy, every Monday she takes the oldest patrol vehicle with the shrieking brakes and spends her hours answering calls, completing her reports from parking lots between traffic stops, doing her best to enforce order among the endless trees, the circuits of dirt roads, in a place that she knows from her girlhood has a secretive, untamable heart. Her shift has been quiet so far. A broken taillight on someone's boat trailer, a few speeding tickets. She staked out a convenience store for an hour, acting on a tip from a kid they arrested last week for possession. The biggest problem she's inherited? A local drug ring that has been trading in dirty heroin. Packages everything in green glassine baggies stamped with pine boughs. Overdoses ticking up and up and up. And with the hospitals so far away, long drives for EMTs and patchy cell service, many of them are fatal. One of Callie's first initiatives as chief was distributing Narcan to every officer on her squad and setting up a pickup spot outside the station. But still, it hasn't been enough. Not by a long shot. She's restless, hungry, scratches again at the back of her neck. It's that time of night when the sun is setting, but she can't make it out other than in the way the light shifts from behind the trees. She rolls her windows down, dials the radio low. It's so quiet that she can hear the brush of pine boughs against her roof, stirred in the breeze. Shh, shh, shh. 10 minutes pass that way. Then the silence is cut through by the grumble of a mufflerless engine from around the bend. A white Nissan Altima comes into view and Callie sits up. The car swerves over the center line, overcorrects and veers onto the shoulder, straightens out again. No headlights, despite the way the daylight is draining swiftly toward the ground. A drunk. Callie clocks a wide dent in the vehicle's left front bumper as it approaches, consistent with striking.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.